Oh, geez, what smells?
Well, that stinks.
Hey everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Blue Cheese, a show where we pair up cheesy snacks with cheesy movies on Blu-ray. And today I am joined by
Jonathan Moody
and
Just Jenn.
And we have our little special guest,
Rocky.
Yay! And today we are pairing up a cheesy snack, which is macaroni and cheese, bougie macaroni and cheese. And the film we are going to be doing is a movie called High Voltage. You guys know anything about High Voltage?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it either.
Okay.
Well, until you showed it to me the other day or whatever.
Well, that doesn't count.
Perry Reeves, Luke
I'd heard of it,
Wilson,
I'm just
and
saying.
David Arquette. And somebody gets struck by lightning and gets lightning powers. So, without further ado, we will go and eat our snack, watch the movie, and we'll come right back to talk about High Voltage.
High voltage.
High! So high, man.
Once there was a band, three people brought together by music. Thought maybe my luck had changed. It did. It got worse. Lightning did something to her, I'm telling you.
Said she had mental problems, not magical powers.
It's going.
Hey, and we are back. Hi, Rocky. You gonna join us?
Can you join us? Come here.
Come on.
Come on. I know the movie was tough.
The movie
Come
was
on.
tough.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Here
Come
we
on,
go.
you don't wanna talk about it?
No, he thinks you're gonna shock him.
Oh, I will give him kisses
Dear.
though.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
we finally ended up watching High Voltage.
High
And,
voltage.
there was definitely some cheese involved in this.
Yes,
My
it was
goodness.
definitely cheesy.
So yeah, a chick gets struck by lightning in a band, and she has electro powers, and she doesn't use that for good, does she?
I'll read what it says in the back. An emerging rock band managed by industry vet Jimmy Clean. I didn't know his last name was Clean. All right. David Arquette strikes a deal with the record executive Roland, played by Luke Wilson.
Luke Wilson.
Things take a sinister turn when the band's lead singer Rachel, played by Ali Ganino, and her mother Barb, played by Perry Reeves, are struck by lightning and killed. Rachel is brought back to life. Not really. She's sort of alive, but she's not brought back to life.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been cooler if they shocked her and then she.
It would have been cooler if she'd been a Frankenstein monster.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
He's alive!
But she is different than before. Ooh. Lightning courses through her veins, and she uses her strange new electrical powers to drain the life from men, turning it into electrifying stage performances. But just how are the band willing to go to make it?
See, they didn't really show the lightning coursing through her veins thing, other than she's got pronounced veins. And they don't really show, I guess they showed a couple of performances, but they didn't seem particularly electrifying.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm going to say they showed the electricity going through her neck like a bunch of times.
They did show on her scars.
But-
Her scars sparkled.
Basically what I was expecting from that description was something like she went out there and did her own light shows, or, you know what I'm saying? She used...
Lightning shoot through
Right.
her fingers.
Nothing like that happened.
Or
No.
she used it for, like, I don't know, some kind of interesting stuff. Like, even if she's killing people,
And she is.
and she is, it would have been cooler to see what you know, her doing stuff like, you know, just coming to some random person on the street and just shooting
And
them.
let's not forget the Freaky Friday body swap bit that I don't think really any of us really thought about. I mean, until you figured it
You
out.
figured it out, Jen. Good for
Yeah,
you.
you did.
Embarrassingly late. Because I feel like there were a lot of other clues earlier on. And I was like,
We ignored
yeah,
because we just couldn't stand them.
yeah. Well, they really presented as the lightning just changed her personality, and then every now and then the other starts peeking through more and more.
As it happens when you get struck by lightning, suddenly you
Yeah.
have a personality change. You want to start smoking for the first time. You're into doing cocaine. You start drinking. You become a bitch. That's what happens.
You throw up and
Wait, is that
in
lightning
your mouth?
or rock band?
I mean, it was funny because there was no real transition into the rock band thing. It was just sort of
No.
they were there as a rock band, and then she was already partying hard because she was struck by lightning. I
It's
guess.
like they ever took months to practice. They just knew the songs. They just instantly came up with songs. She instantly knew them.
I think it was supposed to have taken months. I mean, they do make a couple of comments here and there that time has passed, but they don't really show that.
Time is a very big problem in this
Yeah.
film.
So there's one scene that Paul and I were going no, and that was like the scene where she comes out and she says,
scenes when
yeah.
we were saying no.
Well, she comes out and she has songs already written,
Right.
and nobody really and they're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be easy to play, and I mean it did seem sort of easy. I mean it wasn't very hard guitar
And
riffs. It
it's
didn't
not
seem,
like
but-
she wrote the music either. It's like you could see it was just what little bit you saw were just some lyrics. That doesn't mean anything. I mean, what about the music? What about the chords? What about the melodies? Wow.
And they sang it like
They played it like they already knew exactly what was
Yeah.
going on.
yeah, it was really
But-
strange.
Time is very, very strange in this film. The thing opens up where we're at David Arquette's 50th birthday. His character's 50th birthday. That's where all this stuff happens. That's where the two people come in. The James, right, and his buddy, who ends up being the drummer. They sneak in because they follow a girl. And
Which girl? What girl?
They
I-
follow her. They follow
Did they?
I guess they
Rachel.
follow her, even
yeah.
though she comes in later.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Um,
remember he asked why they're there, and it's like, oh, I followed a girl,
Right.
and then he sees her, it's like that girl. Which, if she was so sweet beforehand, what was she doing at this party at a rock and roll?
Oh, I know.
She
She was-
Why was she there?
She was kind of sweet, but she was kind of dull. But- yeah.
yeah.
She was dull.
50 years old, and then later on, you know, he's talking about, you know, well, I'm 53 or whatever that comes up. In the meantime, you find out that back then James has a baby, an infant, and then 53 later on, this is still an infant. So in 3 years'
About
time,
9-month-old.
right, the baby has not aged one day. Really?
Mm-mm.
So time is screwed up in this film.
I mean, they could have found a 3-year-old kid who looked like they could have been the same kid. You know?
I think they weren't thinking about it. I think they either just didn't care, or they thought about it too late and said, "Oh, nobody's going to notice."
I don't think they knew the timeline. Like they knew the timeline, but I don't think they really comprehended the passage of time.
And
Yeah.
it was supposed to take place in like the Clinton era, I guess, and stuff, because they mentioned Clinton. And I'm just like, okay, so what time? Like 90s, I guess?
But
like,
everyone's got like iPhones and
Yeah,
That's true!
I just couldn't understand the time or place or anything. It just,
no. It
But everybody was in like this really multi-million-dollar home or apartment. It was pretty impressive. And like, what are these people doing? I mean, I guess I understand the Jimmy. I mean, if he's an one-hit wonder, he's probably got money somewhere. Although they keep talking about his place being crappy. I'm like, I wish I had a quote-unquote crappy Hollywood home in the hills.
I keep thinking, if somebody was actually part of the production and is watching this, please let us know if that was David Arquette's home or whatever. Like, because that house was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe it's one of the
The
executive
view-
producers'
The
house.
view was $50 million in and of itself. It was amazing.
I mean, yeah, I was pretty impressed.
I mean, you lived out that direction. You know what property values are like out there. It's just
I know.
insane.
It's like insane. But in the same sense, like I've never actually been to a home like that. Like, you know, I mean, I was never lucky enough to just randomly
The likes of
follow
you
a
and me,
girl.
Follow a girl to a party?
the likes of you and me are
God.
not allowed in such homes.
I know, like that you would normally think it'd be like a guard or something there. You know,
The mom wanders in the one time as
I
well.
know. Well,
Oh,
the door was
open.
unlocked.
Oh,
so
the door was unlocked, so
I
let's
wandered
just,
in.
you know, yeah, she was.
Perry Reeves.
I liked her when she was on Entourage.
I was going to say, I guess she learned a lot from Ari Gold because her character was kind of very Arya-ish.
Yeah,
Kind of an ass.
you know, I miss those days.
You know, she's always a good actress. I always liked her. I mean,
Yeah,
she
no,
does
she
well.
did. I mean, this wasn't her best work. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
I thought her character performance a lot of times was flat. And I thought the lead actress was very flat at first.
Oh,
Yeah.
At first, she was terrible. She was wooden, and then when she became the you know, her mom or whatever, she became this more like a little bit more interesting of a character. At least she was something, you know. So I liked her when she became the.
That's because she had skimpy outfits.
And not to say,
That helped.
I
Did help.
I
Not
sort of
gonna
liked
lie.
Fishnet
her.
stockings, I know, got both of y'all right away.
Yeah, I preferred her as she originally came. I mean, I sort of
Yeah,
liked
you
her.
did
like
say that. I liked her with the hair that she had and everything.
Yeah.
Just
I thought
like-
she was prettier, but that was also not using as much makeup.
All the makeup and
Yeah.
all the just crap that goes with it, and all the drugs and all the
Rock
shit.
and roll now.
I mean, I guess I understand she's becoming her mother, or the mother's part of her, or something. They don't really ever explain that.
Well,
She's
I
becoming
think
her
what
mother.
it was, because they did make a comment on Jimmy made a comment in the beginning that she's like your typical dance mom and your groupie. So she basically had a chance to live her dreams through her daughter.
Mhm.
So she took that opportunity.
So she's a groupie Karen, I guess is the way to look at it.
Karen.
Very
She did have a
obnoxious.
Karen there.
Bully the daughter. You know, she's supposed to be 23 years old, and she's like, "Oh, you get in my car now!" Like, dude, I'm an adult. Piss off.
She's 23 years old.
This
You
this
know?
thing stops now. No, it doesn't go away.
And that scene really pissed me off because
Sure.
she comes out of nowhere.
Nowhere.
Like, she wasn't even in the audience watching anything. And she didn't see anything. It's like, and they didn't show, like, what they needed to do is show her, like, somewhere watching the stuff happening and just being like,
she
I'm
just
annoyed.
poofs out of nowhere. You know, it's just craziness. And then some of the special effects were kind of meh. I mean, it was very clearly just digital stuff for the lightning and for the dead
But the lightning,
bodies.
compared to some movies you've shown me, the lightning wasn't bad, but the faces, so the way she kills people, she kisses them and burns half their face off, but it's a heart attack.
Right. I don't
That's what
understand
everybody
that.
says. It's a heart
But
attack.
the burned faces were bad.
Yeah, it's not like there's ever a police investigation for all these murders that are happening, and
Like, why are you guys around
faces.
when
no
this happens?
follow-ups. You know, it's just crazy.
Well, the drummer keeps asking about it. I did appreciate that. I like the drummer's
Sure.
character.
Oh, he found a piece of something he's chewing on.
No.
Oh,
And that's
dear.
why you wanted to go down there. No more. I don't know what you're eating down there. It's not good.
You're gonna get zapped by lightning if you keep that up. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But to get back to High Voltage, so this was a dollar store pickup, and it comes
No,
with both the.
be more specific. It's a Dollar Tree pickup,
a
so
Dollar
it's
Tree
definitely a dollar.
pickup. Oh yeah. But
That's
comes
true.
with the DVD and the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray's still in there. You know, at least from a Blu-ray perspective, it looked pretty good. You know, all the colors were good. The production was fairly good. I mean, I have to give it that.
The
I mean,
music wasn't my style, but it was not that bad.
Right.
oh,
right.
it wasn't the country music we had to listen
Oh
to.
God, yeah. So the songs were, I mean, they were kind of mediocre-ish, but you know, some of the stuff we listened to, it was miles ahead better than some of the things we've heard.
Mm-hmm.
But this apparently also has the director's commentary and all kinds of other stuff on there too. So
I'm not watching that.
for
No.
but for $1, and you're getting two of them, and you're getting the commentary. I mean, it's really not bad. You know, it's a cheesy movie. That's kind of what we were looking for, and
we were looking for a cheesy
it
movie.
delivers the cheese.
And I honestly, from the look and the poster and everything, this actually looks a lot cooler than the movie itself.
Mm-hmm.
Even the back looks a lot cooler than it is.
Yeah.
So it was kind of disappointing in that, like, that I thought it was gonna like live up to that.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not really a horror movie. I guess it's more like a supernatural thriller, maybe.
Not even a thriller, because there's like it's not thrilling whatsoever.
It's boring. There's way too much talking.
Supernatural drama.
But
Yes.
then you're right. It's funny because they do pull the Sunset Boulevard thing at the end, which I don't want to spoil it for you. But
We've been spoiling it all fucking the whole time. So.
well, I'll let
Spoiler
you explain
alert.
it. I'll let you
Yes,
explain it.
they're dead, I guess, and the chick has disappeared at the end of the movie. So it's like whatever. At least it wasn't a dream. Like if all of it was just a dream, I
We
would have
had
just
that.
like
We had that earlier in an earlier
million
movie.
movies do that, and
So
it's,
bad.
But it
Such
could
a
have ended
cop-out.
because they had the talking throughout. So even after the guy's dead, he's still narrating his
well,
story.
no, but Sunset Boulevard they did that. I mean,
Right.
Okay,
it's
I
an
never watched
interest.
that.
You never seen that movie? But yeah, it's like that's the whole idea. Is the guy's dead,
But you
and
don't
he's
know it.
narrating.
until the
Yeah,
end.
you don't know it till the end. So it did pull a Sunset Boulevard, which made sense for it being a Hollywood movie.
Exactly.
I get that. I'm just saying, all in all, I was expecting a lot better, I guess. And, you know, I guess I shouldn't have, considering it was a Dollar Tree.
It's kind of weird too. 2018, you would have thought this would have been a more like a rap or an R&B kind of a thing for it to be, you know, all the fame. You know, these people were supposed to be became so famous, and I don't see how or why. They keep referring to the lead singer as this. She's this incredible person who has this look that nobody else has and has all this talent. And we're like,
Force of nature.
really? No, not
No.
really seeing it. She's
No.
all right,
Just
but
not even unique looking.
She just looks normal. I mean, which isn't bad. I mean, she's not ugly or anything.
No,
but
no.
She's just normal. You know, I mean, I wouldn't have cast her myself, not because I don't think she's a great actress. She did pretty decent when she became the more, you know, when she wasn't the block of wood, basically, which is what she was earlier, and that was only because like they had to have that transition where she becomes something completely different. So you
she's
had
at
to
least
see
a sweet
different.
and cute like a wood.
Yeah, she was sweet and cute and nice and like, you know, sort of like the virgin-y kind of character. And now all of a sudden she's like her mom, you know, which it made
Bad
more
enough
sense.
she was going to be, you know, they all become their moms later on, which is always
Yeah.
a curse.
I guess that was the theme, you know, you're just like your mother,
There you go.
but you actually are your mother.
Except in this case, mom is not somebody you want them to become.
No.
But
I mean,
yeah, it's...
Really, like, we don't even see any of that, though. Like, when we meet her, it's not like she's, like, hitting on everybody and, like, screwing around with David Arquette. Like, something like that would have made me, like, okay, I get it. She's a pretty messed up girl. Like, the daughter did more screwing around than...
Well, the mom did come and hit on everybody when she came to the thing.
You can just tell from the way she was dressed that she was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True, though.
I expected a lot more lightning, a lot more special effects, a lot more not good ones.
A lot more leopard print high heels.
Oh, they weren't that bad.
That wasn't that bad. Jen said she would never wear one, but...
I don't like leopard print, but if they were black or bright red, they were cute.
Okay, good
So,
to know.
anyways, but I thought there would be a lot more lightning based on this.
Sure, and that's kind of what I
Case
expected
there.
too.
There was toward the end a little bit more.
They hint at it. It's one of those, you can't see it, but it's really cool.
Right.
Okay.
They did that a lot. I guess
The last
the
concert.
special effects are kind of
Okay.
expensive. But yeah,
You're
if
just
she
gonna tell
had
us how
gone
amazing
out
it
on
is?
stage and was like blasting lightning from her fingers or from whatever she sang or something like that, that would have been interesting. That would have been, you know, okay, I'm sucking all these I don't know why it's powers. I don't know why men have powers, but they do. She sucks them out and then she's able to just toss them all over the place. I don't know. I don't get it.
I think women have more power than men.
Apparently she's able to convert whatever it is that she's sucking out of them into electricity or something. It makes no sense to me.
No.
I mean, if she were sucking electricity out of, like, you know, a jack in the wall, I could understand that. Or she's running all of their equipment. I just don't understand the
Or
kissing. part.
I'm getting an image now of her just going up to the wall and sticking her finger in the
Right,
socket. Like,
right.
okay, we're good.
See, that would have been cool.
That would have made sense
Like,
at least.
I know, but see,
That
it would
would've
have
been
been
funny.
cool if she just did, like, she helped out with things. If they didn't take this in a more thriller aspect, which they tried, and it just really didn't do anything for me on that. But if they tried to do something with more of the funness of having those powers, of having electricity going up there, like hey, our stuff's not working.
Right,
now.
right.
You could turn it into the comedy, even having the mom in there. Like,
Definitely could have.
But really, you turned it into more of a
Honestly,
like a boring movie.
This is like a superhero movie, except instead of her being a hero, becomes a villain. She becomes her mom. So you see her before she gets her powers, and then you see her become after she gets her powers, and then she's using her powers for evil, selfish reasons, self-destructive reasons.
Well, no, she's using it to get high.
Yeah, and to get high.
That's
the
pretty
other thing
much-
I don't understand.
That's pretty much the only thing. Like, the idea is she's getting high off drugs and alcohol, but like the feeling that she gets from electrifying people is even
And draining
bigger.
them, I guess.
Yeah, is the biggest high that she can get. So she doesn't do it to everybody, but she does it when she's like really wanting it.
So what if instead of making you high, it like made you itch? Wouldn't that be weird?
Then she probably wouldn't do it as much.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, then there you go, kids. Don't go off and get yourself electrocuted and then start kissing people to suck their energy out and electrocuting other people, because it's bad. It's not good. You'll turn into your mom. Let this be a lesson.
That's the message.
Yeah.
That's the message.
It's all I got, man. It's all I got.
That's apparently what we got from this movie.
All right, guys.
All right,
Well,
all right,
thank you
on
all
that.
very much for joining us on this episode.
Are we going to do
of,
the rating?
Yes, on the blue cheese. It's time for us to do our rating system. So we have, this is an easy one. It's either Gouda, Just Cheddar, or Stinky Blue Cheese.
Explain what that means, though.
So, yeah, so
What's
if you
Gouda?
think it's good or Gouda, it gets 10 points. If you think it's Just Cheddar, it's just going to get 5 points. It's kind of meh. And if you think it's a crappy, stinky piece of, blue cheese, it's going to get minus 10. And we'll add up all our points. So, everybody kind of shuffle your cards. All right.
All right, you go first, Paul.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm afraid I'm going with stinky. It was just badly written and not well thought through, and the way that they just did not keep track of time and other bits just annoyed me, and it was just bad. It seemed very slipshod to me. So,
All right. Well, it's already started with a negative 10.
there you
Great.
go.
But I'm going to give it a 5.
All right, just
And
Gouda,
just
cheddar.
just cheddar, because
Okay.
it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good,
Wasn't
so
Gouda.
it was just kind of meh, boring, but it was like I can't say that I would recommend it, but I can't say like if for $1, if you want to buy it, go ahead and waste your
For
money.
$1, it's not so bad. All right, Miss Jen, it's up to you.
It's down. It's bad. It's bad. In addition to the time and the dialogue was boring, the constant narration from the start,
Mhm.
it was. I was like, stop talking. Let's have a movie. Stop talking.
So
I
that's
know.
minus 10 plus 5, so that gives us a minus 15, right?
Minus 15.
So, yeah,
Negative 15.
It's a stinky bit of cheese, guys. There you
Yeah.
go. But
That's
for
rough.
$1, yeah, why not? And you're getting 2 movies. You're getting commentary. You're getting David Arquette, which is in and of itself worth $1.
I guess.
I guess.
mean,
Luke Wilson, who's not Owen Wilson, even though I keep confusing the two.
So with David Arquette, David Arquette was David Arquette. Like, he was the Arquettiest of
He
he's
was.
ever been, so.
But I like David Arquette.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's always, to me, he's always fun.
He is.
He can make, he's kind of like Nicolas Cage in these things. Like, at least he does the best performance.
He was the
can.
best in this film, in my opinion.
In my opinion.
Most
And Luke
interesting.
Wilson did a good job. I liked Luke.
For a smaller role,
For
sure.
a smaller role, yeah. I mean, it just seemed like it almost seemed like it wasn't written at times. Like when he shows up to his, what is it? When he shows up to the like the restaurant,
Right.
outside the restaurant, and they started talking. I was like, this doesn't feel normal, you know, like a normal conversation.
A lot of things
You know,
didn't feel
so
normal.
it was okay. Like, I mean, I didn't enjoy watching it. Like, this is not something I'd watch again. But it's
You have to. You have to sit through the
Commentary, that's right. Let's do it again.
No.
Rocky's ready for another round, aren't you?
Oh Lord, I'm not listening to this guy praise everything that he's ever
dear.
done.
Yeah. So the guy did, the director, I guess he also is a writer, but he also wrote the songs. Those songs are his. So
Yeah, and the
I
songs
think that's
more.
the reason why the movie exists is a vehicle for that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the songs weren't terrible.
Songs are okay.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
I
it's
just
not
couldn't
my
understand what they
style
were
of
saying.
music, but I could see why I could see other people enjoying it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in all, negative 15.
Negative
Makes
15.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a stinky bit of cheese.
Yeah. So
Well,
there you go.
Thank you all very, very much for joining us, and hopefully next time we'll try to pick up something a little more interesting, maybe. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure who's going to be here for us, but maybe Rocky, maybe not. We don't know.
Probably not. Rocky's like, I'm done.
Yeah, Rocky's had enough.
He's looking for food on the floor.
Adrian! All right, but thanks for joining us, and in the meantime, we'll see you next time for another Blue Cheese.
Bye.
It gets up and it turns
See?
off the phone now.
Ah!